Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the official beginning of the holiday season here in Central Ohio, the first annual WBNS Santa Claus Parade. My name's Cate.
And I'm Sherryl Sheets. We have some friends we'd like you to meet, Chris and Krista Mouse. Now, Chris and Krista are the official mascots of the WBNS Santa Claus Parade and our family fun.
AM 1460 WBNS, WBNS FM 97.1, and WBNS 10 TV. Well, we're all proud to bring to you one of Central Ohio's greatest holiday parades ever. Our WBNS Santa Claus Parade, get this, will feature 22 bands, 5 giant helium balloons, 39 magnificent floats, and much, much more.
So many good things to enjoy. The proceeds from the WBNS Santa Claus Parade will go to the WBNS Santa Claus Family Fund. Now, this year, the Family Fund is going to give all the fixings for a nutritious Christmas dinner to 2,000 less fortunate families here in Central Ohio. And you guys, you know, without all this help, the table would be pretty bare at Christmas for those families.
And you can help in this effort, the Family Fund effort. Take time right now. Sit down, write to the WBNS Santa Claus Family Fund. That's P.O. Box 1010, Columbus, Ohio 43216.
You know, Keith, the parade is going to start in just a few minutes, and I think we probably ought to let Chris and Krista get out there and enjoy their friends. We'll see you later. Now, it's just about to start, so we hope you'll enjoy it.
The first annual WBNS Santa Claus Parade is being brought to you by Big Bear, by Lazarus, by Glicks, by Kahn's Potato Chips, by Columbus Southern Power, by White Castle, and by Kroger.
And welcome back to the WBNS Santa Claus Parade. I'm Keith Cate.
And I'm Sherryl Sheets, and we're going to be telling you everything that's going on during the parade for the next 2 hours.
Okay, naturally, we got a little bit of rain earlier and some wind, so the helium balloons, we possibly won't see them. We don't know yet.
They probably have been canceled, but there are a lot of other things to see, so pull up a chair and stay with us.
All right.
Our parade begins with the Columbus Police Honor Guard. Lieutenant Walter Distelzweig directs this 60-member unit. You know, these police take part in a lot of parades in Columbus. They've marched on the Veterans Day Parade, I believe, a lot of other parades, and it's a distinguished unit.
And right behind the Honor Guard is our first horse unit. Take a look here. These 8 registered quarter horses make up the Columbus Police Mounted Traffic Patrol. That's under the direction of Captain David Daly and Lieutenant Tom Poulin.
You know, the kids along the parade route really love to see these horses, and they're a big hit on the streets every day. And look who's coming up here. 2 very special characters to us. These are our friends Chris and Krista Mouse, the Merry Chris Mouse family. Chris and Krista are the brand new mascots of the WBNS Santa Claus Parade and the WBNS Santa Claus Family Fun.
I can tell by looking right there, they're going to be a big hit. Look at that. Now, they're designed by Roger Curley and constructed by costume specialist Chris and Krista. Make appearances all over Central Ohio to encourage everyone to pitch into the Family Fun's Christmas Dinner Project. Can you wave at them?
Hi, Chris.
Look at Chris there. Now this guy's liking it.
And you're listening to the great sound of the 200-member Westerville North Warrior Marching Band from Franklin County. The Warriors earned this honor band position by winning the large band competition in last year's Christmas parade.
That's a pretty big honor. These musicians are brought to us by Ron Foth Retail, a Columbus-based advertising agency. Ron Foth Retail specializes in marketing, advertising, and public relations. The Warriors are under the direction of Larry Kelly and his assistants, Phil Loudon, Garth Walker, Sally Clayton, and Laurie Baker. Field commanders Christy Bell, Brad Fisher, and Susie Nall, Gretchen Geckley, and Kim Hoffman lead the drill team. And color guard captains are Angie Tutman and Betsy Bachman.
You know, Keith, the Westerville Warriors will be traveling to Orlando, Florida in December to participate in the 1988 Citrus Bowl Parade to perform at Disney World. Let's listen to them for a minute during our 1988 WBNS Santa Claus Parade. This is the honor band, the Westerville North Warriors.
And take a look here. This look familiar, Cheryl?
Yes, sure does.
It's our first float. It's sponsored by our very own 10 TV called Packages Wrapped with Love. There you see Dave Kaler. This 50-foot float really fits our parade theme of children's dreams.
Oh, and it surely does. Because what child doesn't dream of waking up on Christmas morning to find a tree full just underneath of gifts? I'd like to get that box. You know, my curiosity is killing me. What is in that huge box, Keith?
I don't know. Maybe we need to ask Mike Davis. You can see him there. Riding on the float are lots of our Eyewitness News cohorts. There are anchors Dave Kaler. You saw him. Chuck and Jane Rogers, Pat Warren, and Bob Grossi, Mike Davis, and Janet Watkins have been hard at work on the parade weather. Plus, Barry Katz and Mike Gleason have been busy roping in football floats for all of our festivities. Hi, guys.
Hello. Following right behind is a car with some other special folks that we know. 10 TV Eyewitness News evening anchors Dana Tyler and Bob Warren. It's a great way for Bob Warren to come back to Columbus. Colorful entry is the Christmas coach of AM 1460 WBNS Radio and WBNS FM 97.1, which is filled with members of the WBNS radio family.
And rolling right behind is WBNS Radio's wonderful Merry Tuba Christmas.
Sponsored by WBNS Radio, the Merry Tuba Christmas concert will fill the air at 5 o'clock in the evening on December 21st at the steps of the Columbus City Hall. Gary Tyree is director of this, the largest tuba concert in the United States. In fact, last year, 420 tubas made beautiful music in Columbus as the snow fell.
Okay, now our tubas are being played by members of Tyree's Otterbein College Band, and also riding on this float are the very special voices of WBNS Radio. You have Terry Smith, voice of the Buckeyes, Dan Wilson, Tony Michaels, and Tom Novak. Everyone at the WBNS Radio hopes your holidays will be filled with the merry sounds of what else but
Tubas. And it's a big sound. And wearing power packs to amplify their voices, this is the All-Ohio State Fair Youth Choir, and it's under the direction of Glenville Thomas. Now, the choir features 150 singers and drummers, and they polish their holiday tunes, Keith, just for us to listen to.
Yeah, now this is impressive. Last summer, the All-Ohio State Fair Youth Choir gave 105 performances at the Ohio State Fair. And since then, they've appeared at the Millersport Sweet Corn Festival, the Ravenna Balloon Affair, Canal Winchester's Labor Day Festival, and the Preble County Pork Festival in Eaton.
We'll take a second and listen to them.
Listen to that. One interesting fact here, the Ohio State Fair is proud to bring us these talented young people who have appeared as far away as the 1988 Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena, California. But the folks at the Ohio State Fair remind us that we can enjoy their youth choir again next summer. Mark the 1988 Ohio State Fair dates, August 3 through the 20th. Put it on your calendar right now.
The Giant Sleigh and Family is the entry of our very own WBNS Santa Claus Family Fund. It's called Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells. And the float represents the sounds of happiness at the holidays. And joining in on all that happiness is 10 TV's own Fritz the Night Owl somewhere on that float. Just established, the WBNS Santa Claus Family Fund will provide nutritious dinner boxes to needy families to 19 central Ohio counties. And those families have been referred to the Family Fund by social service agencies. And Keith, without the help of that fund, you know, the holiday table at those homes would be pretty bare at Christmas.
Yeah, our family riding on the float is representative of the 2,000 families that'll be helped by the Family Fund this Christmas. Donations to the fund come in many forms, including proceeds from this very parade.
And you out there can make lots of families smile by sending a donation to the Family Fund. Please mail whatever you can to the WBNS Santa Claus Family Fund, P.O. Box 1010, Columbus 43216. Your donation is going to go a long way to make Christmas merry for less fortunate people in Central Ohio, and we do thank you.
Thank you very much. Now here comes an authentic 1934 Ford from Columbus' own Big Bear stores. And yeah, it's getting applause. Very loud.
Crowd pleaser.
And what's making all the noise? Take a look right back here. It's the Christmas Shopper's Dream.
Oh my gosh.
Our Big Bear giant shopping cart, 12 feet tall, 8 feet wide, and 15 feet long. Now that I think about it, my Christmas shopping's not done. Why don't we head over to Big Bear and get us something good right now?
Right now?
Well, you might want to wait.
Look at that thing.
Now that's one popular horn, too.
And in the cart is the Big Bear.
I think I need a carton of milk that big in my house. My kids go through milk. Look.
Keith, look, coming into viewers, our Grand Marshal float, and it's saluting Ohio State University football coach. Who else? John Cooper. Coach Cooper and his wife, Helen, you can see him right there, hi, are riding on a 50-foot float built by Expo Design Float Builders out in Indianapolis.
Our Grand Marshal float presents the OSU tradition, complete with replicas of Ohio Stadium and the new scoreboard. And in the center of the float are 3 giant members of the pride of the Buckeyes, the OSU Marching Band.
Whoa, look at that tuba player. I bet that'd make a big impression if he dotted the I in Script, Ohio, don't you think? What about the young tuba players? They probably dream of making that big bow as a member of the, can I say it, best damn band in the land.
You can say it. Be proud of it.
Big Bear is a proud sponsor of the Grand Marshal float in the 1988 WBNS Santa Claus Parade. Now, the hundreds of Big Bear employees take this opportunity to wish everyone happy holidays. And whether there's a mistletoe or not, Big Bear reminds us all to share the season by giving a Big Bear hug.
Top of the Tee Florist is a sponsor of our next unit, which features Miss Columbus, Nikki Neary. Top of the Tee is a major participant in the annual Columbus USA Festival and is the first company to enter a floral float in the Columbus Day Parade. Top of the Tee offers unusual and original floral artistry by award-winning designers. Miss Columbus, quite an attractive lady, is accompanied by the 45 woodwinds, 25 brass, and 10 percussion of the Logan High Marching Chieftain Band. Pride of Hocking County, the Logan High Chieftains are under the direction of Jeff North. His assistants are Renee Bartholomew and Leanne Lethco. Let's listen to them. Wendy's International takes pleasure in saluting the American Lung Association of Mid-Ohio and the Cooper family with their entry in this year's parade. The John Cooper family are spokespersons for the Lung Association's 1988 Christmas Seal campaign.
There you see John Cooper Jr. and Cindy Cooper riding in the Wendy's Stutz car. Right behind Cindy and John, you're going to see another float following them up. That seems to be a pretty popular car. It's the Holidays Feast float. Isn't it everybody's dream to enjoy all kinds of goodies during the holidays? Well, Wendy's suggests what else? A big classic is the Feast of Choice. And on this float is a puppy that's happily escaping off with some tidbits wrapped up in a Wendy's doggy bag. That's a big puppy.
I've been hungry before, but I don't know if I could eat something that big.
Physicians Health Plan of Ohio is the sponsor of Charlemagne the Lion, a giant helium balloon. And here you see some of the PHP employees who were going to man Charlemagne. That was until strong winds canceled our balloons today. Physicians Health Plan, the health benefits choice of nearly 100,000 Ohioans, takes this opportunity to wish everyone a great Christmas and a healthy new year. These are Physicians Health Plan's employees, and they're marching in the parade just to get into the holiday spirit. Health benefits nearly 10,000, 100,000 Ohioans. It takes the opportunity to wish everyone a Physicians Health Plan Merry Christmas.
The Arco Flooring Company is pleased to present the Independent 76er Marching Band from Columbus. Under the direction of Charles Wesley Orr, the Independence Band has 80 horns, 12 drums, and a 24-member drill team, and they sound great. The drill team is captained by Tricia Holly and Jennifer Swagger, and their advisor is Cindy Unverth.
Sixers captured first place at the Reynoldsburg Tomato Festival, and they've marched at Capital University football games during the United Way campaign kickoff in Columbus. The sounds of the season are played by the Independence Band. The Arco Flooring Company wishes you a happy holiday. Schottenstein's Value City is proud to present an entry new to the WBNS Santa Claus Parade. This float celebrates Hanukkah, the Jewish festival of lights. Now on this float are the menorah or candelabra, which is lit on each of the 8 successive nights during Hanukkah. The float riders are dressed as dreidels and Maccabees. Dreidels are the 4-sided tops used in Hanukkah children's games.
Now, Hanukkah is celebrated to mark one of their great victories in Jewish history when Judah Maccabee and his 4 brothers recaptured Jerusalem from the Syrian Greeks. After the capture, Judah and his brothers cleansed the temple and relit the great menorah.
And we'll be right back for more of the WBNS Santa Claus Parade right after this.
Hi, Sarah. Juice. Juice left. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
These 3 to 18-year-olds are the Twirling Cowgirls of Logan. Led by Michelle Farrer and April Blair, the Twirling Cowgirls are the 1988 National Baton Twirling Association Ohio State Champions.
Sponsored this impressive group are Kilbarger Oilfield Service and Jim's Mobile Concrete of Logan. Look at them prance around. We're very pleased to present these young ladies who are from Nelsonville, MacArthur, and Logan. Superstar Cowgirls competed in the 1988 National Baton Twirling Association's World Championships at Notre Dame, and you can see why. And they also won 4 Division titles at the 1988 Twirling Unlimited Championships at Huntington, West Virginia. Serving as the voice of the Cowgirls today, behind him is WBNS's own Rolling Radio.
Kilbarger Oilfield Service and Jim's Mobile Concrete of Logan take this opportunity to wish you a high-stepping and winning new year. These are the United Auto Worker Clowns under the direction of Irene Cochran, better known as Izzy the Clown. The UAW Clowns volunteer their time at a variety of Columbus community activities. Kind of a little one there in the, in the wagon, look.
Oh, and look at this team. The Liebert Corporation brings us the Spangler Belgians from Asheville, Ohio. Our 2 Belgian mares are accompanied by their foals who just celebrated, get this, their 7th-month birthday. Aren't they cute?
Oh, yeah, they are cute. This is the 4th year the Spangler Belgians have participated in the Christmas parade. Max Spangler drives the team as he has in other smaller community parades. In fact, this team has been crowned the champion hitch at several Ohio County fairs.
And it is beautiful. And riding in the carriage is a special lady, Mrs. Santa, surrounded by several of her husband's hard-working elves. Mrs. Santa's alter ego is Mary Daniels of Springfield, Virginia. Liebert Corporation hopes Santa's elves will deliver your heart's desire on Christmas morning.
And marching into view are the 90 members of the St. Francis de Sales High School Band from Columbus under the direction of Bill Steller. The band is fresh from a trip to Williamsburg, Virginia last spring. Sponsor of the DeSales Band is Donata's Pizza?
Donata's Pizza.
That's close enough. The largest pizza chain in Columbus. With over 17 restaurants located throughout Central Ohio, Donato's specializes in high-quality pizza and subs.
And let's take a few seconds and listen to DeSales High School Band. there waving to the crowd is Mayor Buck Reinhardt, the mayor of the city of Columbus. And like everyone else, Mayor Reinhardt's enjoying the kickoff to the holiday season here in Central Ohio. He's accompanied by the Kids Speak mayors. Mayor Reinhardt reminds us all that Columbus is the place to be through December. And coming up here, Keith, a child who has not dreamed of Earth as it used to be. Can you imagine forests and huge beasts? And take a look at this. The float called When the Earth Was Formed, and it features a friendly dinosaur that's had a little bit of damage because of the wind today.
Yeah. Everyone, the dinosaur's always popular, though. Just look at the brilliant pink skin. And check out the eyelashes and toenails. This dinosaur is going out on the town on a 50-foot float built by MD Decorating of Circleville, Ohio. The dinosaur's head moves up, down, sideways, and watch those gorgeous eyes. They open and they close. And
we want to thank Don Ray Outdoor Advertising, the proud sponsor of this float, and their float entry. They salute Kids and Camp, a nonprofit organization for activities for children with cancer.
Okay.
This is the Grange Insurance Company's Christmas coach, followed by a wonderful float titled To Grandmother's House We Go. Now, although the float is full of favorite Red Riding Hood characters, the dream represented is that of every child to go to Grandma's and be spoiled rotten, and some of those kids are on this bus, too.
Annually, Grange Insurance Companies enter this giant 28-foot car, the WBNS Santa Claus Parade. Grange, your partner in protection, provides insurance coverage for auto, home, life, and business.
You know, Keith, I'll make a bet. Red Riding Hood, the Woodsman, and even the Wolf in this float would find a pie baking and some special treats under the tree when they get to Grandma's house. And with this float entry, the employees of Grange Insurance Companies wish you happy holidays at Grandma's house or wherever you might go for the holidays.
Side is Miss Whitehall, Julie Stinson, accompanied by the Whitehall Yearling High Marching Band of Franklin County. Drum major Tammy Janes and featured twirler Lori Bamer lead the 80 musicians, 32 Ramettes, and 20-member flag corps. Stephanie Roop is captain of the Ramettes, who are the current state and national drill team champions. And Jeff Harriman is director of the band. Band officers include J.T. Schilling, Sherry Rich, and Tammy Grant.
Now, the proud sponsor of the Whitehall Ram Band is the Huntington National Bank, the largest commercial bank in Central Ohio. And just as the Whitehall Band has been recognized as an award-winning band, the Huntington, too, has received recognition for its personalized customer service.
Sponsorships or contributions to many civic activities such as the WBNS Santa Claus Parade, the Huntington recognizes the value of giving something back to the community it serves. In fact, this parade day, the Huntington is offering free hot chocolate Christmas balloons to our huge parade crowd.
I'll say, we've been told there could be as many as 500,000 folks lining the street, and that would be a lot of hot chocolate. I'll take some.
It's needed now.
More of the WBNS Santa Claus Parade coming up.
Yeah, you stay with us. Plenty of fun left.
And this is a float representing the dream of all football fans in Central Ohio. It's sponsored by St. Anthony Medical Center and St. Anthony Mercy Hospital. This float is called, what else? Tickets on the 50-yard line.
Sloopy circles over Ohio Stadium while our tailgaters break out their feast. Notice how none of the riders are willing to sell their great seats.
No
Tickets
way.
on the 50-yard line are priceless.
Now, St. Anthony's 40-foot float is self-propelled, and that really means that there's a tractor hiding under that giant football helmet, and all the riders and walkers are employees of the medical center.
St. Anthony Medical Center and St. Anthony Mercy Hospital are members of the Franciscan Health System of Central Ohio. believe that's Franciscan, having been established around the turn of the century. Now, they are two of Columbus' oldest medical facilities. On behalf of all St. Anthony employees, our Buckeye boosters raise cheers for the holidays and for our Ohio State team.
You've seen the smiling faces on the parade route. These are the smiling faces of the 4-H unicycle riders from Findlay, Ohio. Now, Nancy Young is director of these 30 riders, and they range in age from 7 up to 45.
I don't think I could do that if I had to. The smiling faces are brought to us by the Lawhead Press, a full-service printer with plants in Athens and Columbus. Lawhead Press offers a wide range of services to Ohio and the Midwest. In fact, Lawhead annually prints our parade posters, which hang in thousands of locations throughout central Ohio.
Let's take a closer look at those smiling faces. Look at those wheels. This group's appeared in the Orange Bowl Parade as well as the 4th of July parades in Washington, D.C. and Atlanta, Georgia. They can boast being national champions on those wheels for the 4th consecutive year at the National Unicycle Competition. Lawhead Press hopes smiles will be all around your home just like they are here for the holidays.
They may be a little sore after this parade, though.
How are they riding in this wind? We welcome Bob Evans Farm Restaurants and their brand new mascots, Biscuit and Gravy.
Biscuit and Gravy are an important part of the new Bob Evans children's program.
Keith, legend has it one day, not too very long ago, these were two sad and hungry dogs, but then they got a whiff of the good smells coming from the Bob Evans kitchens. Biscuit and Gravy hightailed it to Bob Evans, and they were immediately adopted and fed handsomely.
You know, they came by, and we've actually sampled some of those biscuits and gravies. Quite good. Today, Biscuit and Gravy are accompanied by their Bob Evans trainers.
And they wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Coming into view are the 78 Marching Eagles of Bishop Watterson High School here in Columbus. The sponsor of the Marching Eagles is Cross Country Inns, your home away from home. Of all the float builders and other special participants in the WBNS Santa Claus Parade. Now they have locations throughout central Ohio. Cross Country Inns takes this opportunity to wish you and yours a happy holiday season.
Yeah, here they come. Let's take a listen. Under the direction of Raymond and Tina Walksuk, the Bishop Watterson Band is no stranger to Christmas parades. This is their 5th consecutive year in our holiday parade, and the Marching Eagles also starred in the 1987 Chicago Christmas Parade and the 1986 Philadelphia Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Sure, they've been part of the Buckeye Invitational at Ohio Stadium for the past 2 years and got first place in the Columbus USA Parade in '86 and '87.
Okay.
After the Heinz is a break. Wait, I'm on.
We welcome Heinz USA, a division of the H.J. Heinz Company, to the WBNS Santa Claus Parade. Heinz has entered its impressive Heinz hitch, which usually is stapled near company headquarters in Pittsburgh.
Oh, look at that gear on
Beautiful.
those horses. It's a hitch of matched black Percheron horses, and believe it or not, those 8 horses weigh a whopping, can you guess, 9 tons,
Unbelievable.
18,000 pounds. That's horse flesh on the hoof.
And plus, that 106-year-old wagon is no lightweight either, weighing in at 6,000 pounds. The wagon is a replica of one used by the Heinz Company's founder at the turn of the century to deliver his 57 varieties of foods. Heinz USA sends cheerful wishes for the holidays to their neighbors in Ohio, and we wish you a good holiday as well. We're coming back with more parade fun right after this break.
Stay with us. talk about a size 99 head. It took quite a seamstress to stitch up the Santa hat. Wearing it is Columbus coach driven by Tom Wark. Columbus charter coach handles transportation needs of the WBNS Santa Claus Parade. And this year, the Columbus charter coach hauled the OSU band, the All-Ohio State Fair Youth Choir, and the OSU Scarlet and Gray Singers.
Pretty busy. We really appreciate the cooperation of the Columbus chapter coach, or the charter coach, I should say. It would have been almost impossible to move those 500 singers and musicians without Columbus charter coach's help. And with their parade entry, Columbus charter coach suggests that Santa is coming to town. These vehicles are remembrances of times past in firefighting. The apparatus are presented by the Central Ohio Antique Fire Apparatus Association, which was formed last year. This organization is dedicated to preserving, restoring, showing, and keeping the history of firefighting alive and well. William Davis Jr. chaired this entry.
Those are some beautiful fire trucks.
You know, these are always popular with the kids. People look and they go, did they actually fight fires with these? Believe it or not, they did. They did.
It's better than horses. Hi.
A long distance call.
The Con Potato Chip Company proudly sponsors our next entry, the Tri-Valley High Marching Scotties from Muskingum County. An annual sponsor of our Christmas parade, Cons has entered the Marching Scotties for 5 years in a row.
Wow, and bands add so much. Under the direction of Charles Carruthers, the Tri-Valley Band features 92 musicians accompanied by a flag corps and drill team. Field commanders Andrea Dittmar and Misty Lake. Here they come. This award-winning band received a superior rating at the All-American Music Festival. It was held in Florida, Sherryl. They also have achieved 3 consecutive superior ratings at Ohio State Marching Band Finals. Let's listen to the Tri-Valley High Marching Scotties.
Chugging into view is a very special train now. This float is called Candyland because it journeys through the land of sweets.
What child hasn't dreamed of never-ending piles of gumdrops and chocolate kisses and peppermint sticks? And these youngsters know firsthand that this float is almost good enough to eat. Look at those wheels turning.
Candyland floats brought to us by Technical Rubber Company of Johnstown, Ohio. Now, Technical Rubber manufactures quality tube and tire repair materials that are used throughout the world. Oh, look at that face. Riding on the float are children like this one, grandchildren of Technical Rubber President Pauline Chambers Yost. And on behalf of everyone at Technical Rubber, they extend warmest wishes for a wonderful holiday season to everyone in the audience.
Oh, and look at this, moving into view is one of our loveliest smaller floats covered with snowflakes and holiday trees. This 28-foot float is named Queen of the Holiday Dance.
Now, every young girl dreams of the day that she might be queen or princess of a special thing like the high school homecoming or prom. Now, the riders are dressed in their best Christmas finery for a holiday ball.
These float riders are employees of Ameritrust Company, sponsor of Queen of the Holiday Dance. The Ameritrust Company extends its best wishes to one and all for a joyous Christmas and a happy, healthy New Year.
This is a really special group sponsored by the Franklin Tractor Sales. The funny fellows you see here are the mowing clowns. And Keith, I think they're really doing their jobs. I mean, do you see any grass growing down High Street today?
I don't know. Look at this guy. Franklin Tractor Sales also supplies all the tractors needed to haul or self-propelled floats. The mowing clowns wish you a happy holiday season as well.
My dad would wonder if these guys showed up to take in our crops.
I don't know. I don't think my lot's big enough. One streak and it would be over. Sherryl, we've seen this one up close last night. Sailing into view is the largest ship to ever cruise High Street.
It's 50 feet long and 14 feet high, and this float is brought to us by the Columbus Dispatch. The vessel salutes Christopher Columbus and his trip here to the New World in 1492. And this float also reminds us to begin planning for lots of festivities in 1992, you know, when the city of Columbus celebrates the 500 years since Columbus discovered the New World.
Riding on the float are 12 employees of the Columbus Dispatch, dressed for that original journey 500 years ago. Look, there are King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, and that appears to be Chris Columbus himself giving orders to lower the mainsail.
Columbus Dispatch, Ohio's greatest home newspaper, serves Columbus and Central Ohio 7 days a week, and all the Dispatch employees say happy holiday greetings.
Don't you go away, there's plenty of holiday cheer left now.
Stay with us.
Ah, the sound of brass. Can you hear that? There really is nothing like it.
And the crowd loves it.
Trans-Ohio Title Agency. They say they're proud to sponsor the real sounds of the season in Central Ohio. The Ohio State University Marching Band. For over 20 years, Trans-Ohio Title has provided title insurance and real estate closing services for thousands of Central Ohio families and businesses.
The band is under the direction of Dr. John Woods, and these 255 musicians represent the largest functioning all-brass band in the whole world. And in fact, the OSU Marching Band has been an honored part of the Ohio State tradition since way back in 1879. And the men and women of the OSU Marching Band are selected by tryout every year. And interestingly enough, band members are not necessarily music students.
Yeah, boy, they are uniform, aren't they? Yeah, leading the Buckeyes is drum major Rich Parks. Craig Kirchhoff is director of the band, and percussion instructor is Dr. James Moore. OSU band graduate assistants are David LaPella and David Wood.
Let's listen to the best damn band in the land.
That's twice. Hey there, hang on, Sloopy. Our fuzzy dog is making yet another trip around the parade route, and he is followed by two cars filled with Ohio State University cheerleaders. There they are. Captains of the OSU cheerleaders are Mamie Harrigan and Antoine Jones. These students cheer for OSU football games as well as men's and women's basketball contests. They also make numerous community appearances, such as the WBNS Santa Claus Parade.
You know, Keith, they never run out of spirit. Not that Buckeye spirit. No, no, no. And close behind the cheerleaders is one of the largest football shoes ever constructed. It's sponsored by the Ohio State University Hospitals. And this was represents a real Buckeye tradition. Fight the team across the field. I wouldn't fight that guy.
They look like they're having a good time, don't they?
The shoe is 40 feet long and 14 high, and our giant Buckeye player is considering having one of those two Michigan fellows for lunch, I think. Waving from on top and inside the shoe are employees of the Ohio State University Hospitals, and there are some of their families.
Yeah.
They're good to see.
Dedicated to quality patient care, the Ohio State University Hospitals is affiliated with one of the nation's largest medical schools. This major regional medical center and its thousands of employees take this opportunity to wish everyone joy during the holidays. Oh, and he's sleeping here. Here's the entry of the Kroger Company, who present their favorite Penguin and Friends enjoy quite a bit more than 500,000 smiling folks. That's about what the crowd estimate is here. It's Kroger Director of Merchandising, Dave Osborne. And following right behind him is Kroger's 50-foot float entry, Pepe Pals. This float features an animated Pepe. Watch his beak open and close, Sherryl, and check out Pepe's fancy footwork and the turns of his Eskimo companions.
Looks like the North Pole's been brought here. Now Pepe's busy stocking up his shopping cart right there for the holidays. And helping him are the frozen food companies whose names appear on the float too. Now the Kroger company has been contributing to the WBNS Santa Claus Family Fund this year by underwriting the cost of our 1988 WBNS Santa Claus Parade coloring books. Central Ohio Lions are selling almost 30,000 of these books along the parade route, with every dollar of that going to our family fund.
And Kroger encourages everyone to support the family fund, and we do as well. And all the Kroger employees join us saying, hey, let's go. Have a wonderful holiday season.
And here come two of Central Ohio's favorite characters, Max and Irma of Max and Irma's Restaurants. Now this friendly duo is accompanied by the sounds of the Delaware County Honors Band, my home county.
Yeah.
And they've chosen this parade as their first appearance anywhere.
Recently formed, the Delaware County Honors Band presents the cream of the musicians from Big Walnut, Buckeye Valley, Delaware Hayes, and Olentangy High Schools. Olentangy Band Director Michael Peters is chairman of the Honors Band. He is assisted by Buckeye Valley Band Director Melanie Peters, Delaware Hayes Band Director Stan Lane, and Big Walnut Band Director James Frazier.
Field commanders are Ann Haggard, Diana Teets, and John Hawes. And this holiday season, Max and Irma invite you all to try all 5 Max and Irma's restaurants in the Columbus area. Let's listen to the Delaware County Honors Band.
This is the Hot Pursuit Band, composed of musical members of the Columbus Police Department. Directed by Officer Pat Barr, the Hot Pursuit Cruiser is assigned to the Just Say No to Drugs program. The band has performed in 6 states, receiving honors from Ohio, West Virginia, and New Jersey.
Now, Keith, I'm sure your little boys have dreams of finding toy trucks and buses and cars under the Christmas tree this year. And if those dreams really, really come true, these 2 gigantic wrap buses, hey, those would be great surprises for you on Christmas morning.
I don't know if they'd fit or not, but they would go well with the kids. These are Coda's traditional gift wrap buses. Yards and yards and yards of plastic ribbon was used to create the bows. And our creation puppets from Circleville have jumped aboard to bring smiles and waves from children and adults alike. Coda spends holiday greetings, spins it, they send it to you, holiday greetings, as you do your holiday shopping. They'll see you on the bus, they say.
These are the Junior Girl Scout clowns of Troop 1347 in Hilliard. Now, leaders Donna Carpenter and Connie Taylor help the girls make their own clown costumes and banner. Look at these faces. And our WBNS Santa Claus Parade marks their very first appearance. I don't know. You want her again?
Her hair looks good. She dyed the roots, though, huh? Pulling up behind her clowns are members of Charity Newsies. Pat O'Reilly chairs this entry, featuring the Newsies balloon.
These 25 Newsies are only part of the parade contingent. There are another 50 Newsies that we will probably see in the parade today, too. And they remind us of their annual newspaper sales next month to provide clothing for needy youngsters. They are along the route as parade marshals here today, too. Hear that bell? That's the Charity Newsies fire truck, and more Charity Newsies people back there.
Yeah. So many of them, and they're so needed.
Look at that engine.
You see, there's always use for a fire truck, isn't there? They never go out of style.
Never. And these guys never go out of style either.
This special entry is called Happy Holidays with Littlefoot. JCPenney and Pizza Hut are pleased to present the darling dinosaur Littlefoot, featured in the Steven Spielberg, George Lucas animated feature film, The Land Before Time. Yeah. He's cute, isn't he? Riding on our 30-foot float is Littlefoot himself. He is accompanied by a few other dinosaur friends and a lot of wide-eyed children. At the very top of the float, you can see the dinosaur egg from which Littlefoot hatched.
Just to show you, I know my dinosaurs, Keith. Littlefoot is a brontosaurus.
Ah, well, I'm impressed. Pizza Hut and JCPenney invite you all to enjoy the magic of the holidays through the film, The Land Before Time. There's the egg, by the way.
We saw that being built last night. Leisure Lawn truck rolling into view reminds me of the holidays. And have you bought your 1988 WBNS Santa Claus Parade coloring cookbook yet? Now, it's filled with great holiday recipes and drawings of our parade floats and all of our balloons that we didn't get to see here today. Leisure Lawn is a big part of our Parade Day coloring cookbook sale. Now, you can order the books by mail, too. All you need to do is send $2.50 per book to WBNS Santa Claus Family Fun, P.O. Box 1010, Columbus 43216. Now, all the proceeds from that coloring book will support the Christmas dinner project of the Family Fund.
And now back to the parade. Leisure Lawn is pleased to sponsor the brass and woodwind sounds of the North Union Wildcat Marching Band from Ridgewood in Union County. Shane Anderson and Jill Leibold are the drum majors. Shannon Sweeney is their understudy, and Connie Young is the flag corps captain. Sherryl, this year the North Union Wildcats will participate in the All-Ohio Balloon Rally, Area Popcorn Festival Parade, and Bellefontaine Band Spectacular. Bellefontaine, I'm sorry. They'll also have Journey to Michigan for the Holland Tulip Festival Parade.
Now, as we listen to them again, Leisure Lawn and the North Union Wildcats join together to send season's greetings to all of you.
Each of you who dreams about packages under the tree, I know I do, has to know the best loved words of the night before Christmas. This special Christmas poem is visualized in our float depicting Christmas Eve.
And it's sponsored by Glick's Furniture Company. And the night before Christmas float has Mama trying to settle her children down for a nice winter's nap, but I think she's fighting a losing battle. She appears the only character able to sleep is a little mouse that's down there below the fireplace someplace. Visions of sugar plums are surely rushing through these youngsters' heads, and the thrill of waving to over 500,000 folks lining our WBNS Santa Claus Parade route has to be really special for them.
Yeah. Of course, Glick's Furniture Company offers the best ideas your home ever had, and their float truly portrays the excitement of the night before Christmas in your home. Glick says, Merry Christmas to all, and to all,
a good night.
The Columbus Distributing Company is proud to present the Budweiser Clydesdale hitch. This is America's largest, longest, and heaviest living legend.
Do you know that those Budweiser Clydesdales have been giving championship performances since they were first hitched together in 1933? And talk about heavy, the hitch has 8 tons of horse flesh, pulling 4 tons of wagon. That's a total of, get this, 22,000 pounds. Oh, they are so beautiful.
Yeah, a real crowd pleaser. Look at the crowd react to them.
Marching in the parade for Norman's Auto Glass are Boy Scout leaders from all over Central Ohio. Norman's Auto Glass is the sponsor of Twinkles, a giant helium balloon, and as we said, strong winds canceled Twinkles today. But not Norman's Auto Glass, Columbus's oldest and largest auto glass replacement specialist. Now, when the snow covers the ground, every boy's dream turns to baseball. It'd have to be a snowball, though. And if the youngster is really lucky, he might find a bat or ball under his or her tree on Christmas morning. Now, this is a self-propelled 50-foot float and brought to us by who else? The Columbus Clippers Baseball. The Clippers are a AAA affiliate of the New York Yankees and an annual front-runner in the International Baseball League.
Riding on the float are youngsters who would like nothing better than to play in the major leagues. Until they grow a bit bigger, though, they're going to have to be content like our giant bat boy to read a Clippers program and just dream.
Now, the Columbus Clippers are sending you a bases-loaded home run holiday. And when the snow melts, Clippers remind us it's going to be time to play ball again. A little too cold right now.
Sherryl, coming into view is the 180-member Marion Harding Marching Band from Marion County. Sarah Zarzichny and Chris Toothman are the field commanders. Sponsors of this unit is Nationwide Insurance Companies, who also provide parking for the hundreds of parade volunteers on parade day. Nationwide employees wish everyone a happy holiday season.
Marion Harding Band's making its very first appearance in the Columbus Christmas Parade. The bands marched the Peach and Gator Bowls, and they also make a concert tour of Toronto, Canada. That was last spring. In December, these youngsters will again be part of the Peach Bowl festivities in Atlanta.
Don Wolf and Rick Baird are the band directors. Let's take a moment to listen to the great sounds of the Marion Harding Marching Band.
The fun of the Santa Claus Parade, Keith, will continue.
Yeah, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
These floats are really beautiful, and this one is called White Christmas, and it's sponsored by Columbia Gas Distribution Companies. This float, Columbia Gas, salutes Players Theater Columbus and the creative energy which warms the spirit. Now, one of the best-loved movies of all time is Bing Crosby's White Christmas. And our window panes and decorated tree rekindle memories of that ski lodge run by Crosby's Army General. At the back of the float is a toasty fireplace with, what else? Guess what kind of power it has?
I don't know.
A gas-powered fireplace.
Well, what do you know? Riders on this float are members of the Players Theater family. In March, Players Theater will give its first performance in the new State Performing Arts Center. You don't want to miss that. This move marks Players Theater's second season as a full-fledged professional regional theater company under the leadership of Ed Grachik. Is that right? Grachik? Grachik. All right. Riding along with the White Christmas float are the season's greetings of 4,500 Columbia Gas employees who live and work in the Central Ohio area. You have their warmest wishes for the holidays.
And here a child was born. This lovely float has been entered each year by Mount Carmel Health. Now, with 2 hospitals in Columbus, Mount Carmel Health combines the latest in high-tech treatments with a tradition of high-touch caring. Our nativity scene is 45 feet long, 12 feet wide, and 14 feet high. And that is to the top of the angel on top of the float. The float's self-propelled. There's a tractor hidden underneath the star, if you can see that, right in this front unit.
Yeah. Riders depicting the birth of the Christ child are employees at the 2 Mount Carmel hospitals. Now, each year they happily take on the roles of Mary, Joseph, and the wise men and the shepherds for the enjoyment of our parade audience. These Mount Carmel Health employees join with hundreds of others in wishing everyone a blessed holiday season.
We welcome the all-brass and saxophone sound of the London High Marching Band from Madison County.
Under the direction of David Trent, the London Band is headed for the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, Florida. A little warmer, huh? So they're going to be there this December. They also have marched in Washington, D.C., the Atlanta Peach Bowl, and New York City. London was the Santa Claus honor band in our Christmas parade last year.
That's a special privilege. Field commanders of the London Marching Band are Eric Vest and Mickey Smith, and Jenny Shackworth and Michelle Young are flag captains. Craig Miller is the assistant band director. Located in the heart of downtown Columbus, the Hyatt in Capitol Square is the proud sponsor of this band. Hyatt offers the ultimate in convenience and comfort for your individual travelers and business groups. And let's take a listen.
Now this rig pulled by Bernie and Vicky brushes white Percheron.
Percheron.
We got that?
Ask the farm girl.
Okay. Of the upcoming Spring Horse Fest. Sponsored by the Central Ohio Lung Association, and riding on the rig is the association's Cola Bear.
The wind's kind of blowing our script around here.
Yeah. Wait a minute, here comes a basket on wheels.
That looks like the goodie basket sponsored by the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company of Columbus, and it's filled with bears and lots of candy treats. Now the float salutes the Central Ohio Lung Association, and the candy kisses and the other chocolate goodies remind everybody of the association's February 12th Chocolate Fantasy Fair. I'll take that Hershey. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company of Columbus, our local hometown Pepsi-Cola bottler, extends wishes for a wonderful holiday season.
And if the riders in this float have anything to say about it, it appears that Pepsi is the choice of Central Ohio.
These acrobatic young ladies are the 5-time national champion Greenup County cheerleaders from Flatwoods, Kentucky.
Directed by Susan Fossen and Candy Berry, the Greenup County cheerleaders performed in Japan last January and have been the subject of a feature story by Charles Carrault.
On our
and
own
what's
CBS.
this? Look here. Oh. Give them credit, huh?
Yay! Here comes the 55-foot-long Toys on Parade float. Brought to us by motorist insurance companies, this float is covered with playthings that every child dreams of finding under the tree. Look at that hippo, or a bull?
Oh, yeah.
A purple bull.
Look at that jester popping out of the box. See him there? And the giant pandas move their heads from side to side and wave to our 500,000 folks living, or lining, pretty much living here today on the parade route. Taking on the roles of Raggedy Ann and Andy and the other wonderful toys are motorist employees. How about the fellow in the purple cow suit? Never thought he'd see a purple cow. No less be one.
I would bet not either. Motorist insurance companies have served Central Ohio for the past 60 years, and they'd like to take this special opportunity to wish everyone a joyful holiday season. And more floats and bands.
Coming up, you stay with us. Riding merrily into view is Little Caesar, mascot of the world's largest carry-out pizza chain, Little Caesar's Pizza. And right behind him is the 165-member Westland High Marching Band from Galloway and Franklin County.
Now last year, the Westland Pride of Cougar Country Band served as the lead honor band in our Christmas parade. And they've also been honored by an appearance at the Indianapolis 500 Festival Parade, being named Grand Champion Band at the 87 Buckeye Invitational Band Contest at Ohio State. And we'll listen to the Westland Band. Matt Schaefer and Jason Nissong are the Westland Field Commanders, and Sherry Birchfield is guard captain. The Westland High Marching Band is under the direction of Mark Hostler, who's led them to 3 Grand Champion Awards and marching band competitions this fall. Westland has also received all superior ratings at the 1988 State Finals contest.
I love their uniforms. with holiday music from the Westland Band, Little Caesar Pizzas. Wishes everyone a very Merry Christmas. Rolling into view, Sherryl, is a trainload of presents, an actual caboose. Our float is 30 feet long. Wouldn't it be a dream come true if every child got even a half a trainload of gifts?
No, it's for some even one. The red caboose is brought to us by Sun Television and Appliance Company, where you pay less for famous brand TVs, appliances, and audio and video equipment.
Riding on the float are 4 of the funniest clowns I've ever seen. Look at those bright costumes. These riders and a number of others in the parade are members of the class of 1990 at Upper Arlington High School.
Our clowns are ace Santa assistants. When this caboose stops, they're going to hop off and start to unload those gifts. And, ooh, golly, I wonder if there's something in there for me.
Golly. Even ornery kids get presents at Christmas, Sherryl. Why not you?
Oh,
Sun
thanks.
Television and Appliance Company wishes all of you a happy holiday. And this bright purple and yellow convertible is the largest self-propelled car in today's parade. It's 34 feet long and is filled with lions from Central Ohio. Those riders don't look like they roar, though, do they?
No.
But they do for the WBNS Santa Claus Family Fund. The Lions of District 13F are the official Parade Day fundraisers. Almost 400 Lions are busy selling WBNS Santa Claus Parade coloring books. We told you about them earlier,
Yeah,
and they benefit the Family Fund.
Sure does. That looks like a friendly lion. This
Yeah.
is a good cause because all the proceeds of the coloring book cookbook go to the WBNS Santa Claus Family Fund. And at Christmas, the Family Fund is going to provide holiday dinner boxes to almost 2,000 needy families throughout Central Ohio.
And again, if you haven't bought a coloring cookbook yet, send $250 to the WBNS Santa Claus Family Fund. P.O. Box 1010, Columbus 43216. Remember, your dollars will fill the holiday table of a needy family.
And like that car is smiling, we want to smile and thank the Lions of Central Ohio for giving so much of themselves to make others happy.
This wonderful 50-foot float salutes Bank Ohio's holiday celebration at Cate, built by Shaw Parades of Westernport, Maryland. Our giant children are putting the finishing touches on their tree. Watch the girl gently place the star on that 14-foot fern. And isn't the setting beautiful, Sherryl?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
You can have a number of animals from the wild gathered to enjoy the festivities.
Bank Ohio National Bank is pleased to sponsor the 9th annual Bank Ohio's holiday celebration at Cate. This month-long event begins today and runs to December 31st. Coupons for $1 off Cate's admission price are available in all of Central Ohio's Bank Ohio offices.
Bank Ohio employees join in inviting you to the holiday celebration at Cate and in wishing you a Merry Christmas.
Stepping into view is the Northridge High Marching Band from Johnstown and Licking County. 50 woodwind, brass, and percussion musicians are under the directions of Nicholas Calderon. Teresa Robbins is field commander and Denise Sayer is flag captain. Majorettes are Melanie Nickel, Jennifer Heffley, and Kathy Tharp.
The Northridge Band made a Canadian tour during which they performed at 2 football games of the Canadian League. They also have marched in the Granville July 4th Parade, Millersport Sweet Corn Festival, and Circleville Pumpkin Show. They'll be performing at Cedar Point this spring. Sponsor of the Northridge Band is the 631-room Hyatt Regency Columbus Parade headquarters of the 1988 WBNS Santa Claus Parade. With 33 suites Regency Club level and 65,000 square feet of meeting space, the Hyatt Regency is the place to be this holiday season.
Churning down High Street is a 40-foot paddle wheeler filled with a variety of critters and swimming along the bow. Largest fish ever seen. I think that's the biggest fish that's ever been in downtown Columbus.
Could be. It's called Sailing Home for Christmas. This float expresses a fond dream to be with family and friends for the holidays. Just as Christmas is a time to be with those we love, our animal friends are bonding together too.
These folks are dressed in large, medium, and teeny, tiny costumes, and they're all employees of Payne Weber and some of their children in those tiny costumes. They're joined by the delightful critters of Creation Puppets of Circleville, Ohio. Now, Creation Puppets were the gold medal winners of the puppet competition at the 1988 Festival of Youth in Mount Vernon, Ohio.
Look at this one. Looks like he's stuck.
And as you make plans to sail home for Christmas, the employees at Payne Weber offer warmest holiday wishes to the children of Central Ohio. A new parade sponsor this year is Insurance Ohio and Aetna Life and Casualty. Unfortunately, Bubbles the Clown, a 49-foot balloon, was stranded by the wind, but here you see Bubbles handlers, and they're members of the Ohio JC's District D1. Insurance Ohio and Aetna wish everyone a very happy holiday season.
Residents of the Ohio Historical Society's 19th Century Ohio Village welcome the holidays on this authentic horse-drawn carriage. Dressed in period attire, these are craftspeople and interpreters who work in the village's reconstructed historical community. In the 15 shops are a blacksmith, tinsmith, printer, weaver, and harness maker. The Ohio Village is open Wednesday through Sunday throughout the year with special events featured during the Christmas season.
Here come the high-stepping Gallant Tiger Marching Band from Crawford County. Now this all-brass saxophone and percussion band features fast tempos, and a show band concept.
Sponsor of the Gallant Tigers is the Flag Lady's Flag Store located on Indianola Avenue in Columbus. The Flag Lady creates banners and flags for all types of events, groups, and companies. The Flag Lady designed and sewed the banners, vests, and stocking caps worn in our WBNS Santa Claus Parade, and boy have they been handy today. Just think of all that Christmas red material.
They are beautiful. The 90 Gallant Tigers annually host the Gallant Oktoberfest Band Festival and perform at the Ohio State Fair. Let's listen for a moment. Now, the Gallant Tigers have made several trips to the Indy 500 Festival Parade and top band at the 5th District American Legion Parade in '86 and '88. John Holsinger directs the Gallant Tigers and is assisted by Nancy Vollmer.
And we welcome Coaxial Communications to the WBNS Santa Claus Parade family. Coaxial has entered this float called Holiday Lights for our viewing enjoyment. I bet the dream of every parent is that some good elf will arrive and hang all the holiday lights. Whew, what a job.
We're going to have to do that this year. Our float is covered with various colored Christmas bulbs, and the characters represent a favorite childhood story, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Let's see, there's Grumpy, Doc, Sneezy, Sleepy, and I bet that's Grumpy right there.
You think so?
Dopey's there someplace, I'm sure. My favorite person. My favorite part, though, Keith, is the handsome prince.
Of course it would be. Where's Rudolph? No, it's a different story. Coaxial Communications wishes you and yours a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. In 1989, Coaxial Communications will be working hard to keep all of their customers as happy as Snow White and her 7 happy dwarfs.
Very happy. From Champaign County, these are the Redgate Park Belgians, and they are beautiful. Owner, breeder, and driver is Philip Woodruff of Cable, Ohio. Now, each of these 4 Belgians weighs 1 ton or more. They are 18 hands high, and they're pulling a restored Budweiser wagon full of happy kids. I wonder if that's because of the Budweiser wagon.
Yeah, probably. I'm always impressed with the size of these animals. Those kids can continue their excitement at the Lane Avenue Shopping Center, by the way, where carriage rides will be offered this holiday season. Lane Avenue and the Continent are the sponsors of this unit. Run by Standard Management Company, Lane Avenue is a specialty shopping center located in Upper Arlington, and the Continent is a European-style marketplace in North Columbus. Best wishes for the new year from all the shops at Lane Avenue and the Continent.
This 45-foot self-propelled float has been entered by the Star Bank of Central Ohio, and they remind us all that dreams can come true if we just wish upon a star.
Our riders are employees of Star Bank, and other members of the bank family are driving convertibles in today's parade. In fact, Star Bank has long sponsored floats and provided volunteers for our WBNS Santa Claus Parade.
Look at those kids in those star outfits. The giant snowflake is almost 14 feet up in the air, and it surrounds 3 twinkling, glittering stars. Our Wish Upon a Star float was constructed by Festival Creative Services of Richmond, Indiana. And the management and staff of Star Bank of Central Ohio wish each of you a very happy holiday season and remind you to reach for the star.
Yeah,
Star
speaking
Bank.
of stars, we're coming back with all the stars in this parade right after this break. Coming into view are the West High Cowboys from Columbus. The 80 musicians are under the direction of Mark Sampson. Flag advisor is Mickey Vollmer, and Sam Richardson is the assistant director. Field commander Rhonda Spears.
The West High Band has performed at the functions like the Cowboy football games, United Way kickoffs, a WBNS rally at Westland Mall, and the BOW Ice Cream Social.
Sponsor of the Westland Cowboys is longtime supporter of our holiday parade, Columbus Mutual Life Insurance Company. A strong local institution since 1906. Columbus Mutual Life has 400 employees at its East Broad Street location in Columbus.
Those employees join in sending best wishes for Christmas and the New Year along with the West High Band. Walkers of Ohio takes pride in presenting the next float, which salutes Opera Columbus. And this fanciful entry is titled Babes in Toyland. And what else? The float is covered with special toys, including a giant rocking horse. And look at that doll. It has to be 10 feet tall further up on the float.
And all the girls watching are going to be impressed with the costume characters on this float. Opera Columbus cast members and staff have dressed as dolls from around the world. Doesn't every girl dream of owning a special doll? You tell me. Do they?
Probably.
Probably so. An annual sponsor in the WBNS Santa Claus Parade, Walkers of Ohio invites everyone to experience the music and grandeur of performances by Opera Columbus. From all the employees at Walkers of Ohio, best wishes for a wonderful holiday season. Jack Hanna on safari through the streets of downtown Columbus. You gotta be kidding.
No, anywhere.
Hey, this parade is serious business, though. And here is a replica of Jungle Jack and friends working their way along the parade route.
This is all brought by the Nissan dealers.
And this float saluting the Columbus Zoo is called Christmas Safari. It's brought to you, of course, by 7 Central Ohio Nissan dealers.
Nissan vehicles are rolling in front and back of the float, and joining Jungle Jack are representatives of Buckeye Nissan, Nissan North, Eastside Nissan, Graham Nissan, Huber Nissan, Lancaster Nissan, and Inskeep Nissan. Look at some of those characters on that
you got
float.
an elbow for position. And on this 50-foot float are a lion, giraffe, and gorilla, all toasty warm in stocking hats and mufflers.
Now, your Central Ohio Nissan dealers encourage everyone to celebrate the new year with a safari to the Columbus Zoo.
Now, there's a crayon. That's some serious coloring for that coloring book they're selling out there, huh?
Sure is.
Rolling into view is the antique truck of Swan Cleaters, all decked out for the holidays. And following close behind is the Liberty Union High Marching Band under the direction of Paul Matthews. With 72 members, Liberty Union was the second place winner in the small band category of our parade last year.
Located in Baltimore and Fairfield County, Liberty Union High features a brass, woodwind, and percussion sound with a Big Ten marching style. Karen Matthews is flag and majorette advisors.
An annual sponsor in the Christmas parade, Swan Cleaners has been in business for over, how many, 50 years? Wow. Swan Cleaners has 41 neighborhood locations where employees look forward to wishing each of you season's greetings and happiness in the new year. And talk of happiness, listen to this music.
Liberty Union High. Here comes a swinging float called Dancing in the Grapevine. Talk about dreaming. Take one grape, dry it out a little bit, and suggest that, well, take saxophone lessons. The next thing you know, you've created a raisin band. These 6 gigantic raisin characters are really members of the United States Postal Service in disguise. And instead of carrying mail bags today, these guys are strumming some Christmas tunes for Raisin Brand, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. These very special raisin costumes were created by Costume Specialist, the official costumer of the WBNS Santa Claus Parade, and what a good job they've been doing. Walking alongside the float, by the way.
All along the parade route, we have postal workers that are walking.
Carriers.
And they're picking up letters to Santa Claus. And the kids will get an answer from Santa Claus.
With services to meet all your mailing needs, Postmaster Gene Scott and your postal employees remind all of you to mail early during the holidays. You know, I don't know about you, Cheryl, but as a kid, I used to go out and chop down my own Christmas tree.
Growing up on a farm, we did.
Yeah, well, I guess you would have. Then our next float, called Bringing Home the Tree, is just right for both of us. Sponsored by the Ohio Center Merchant Association, this float salutes Festival of Trees, staged annually by the Women's Auxiliaries of Children's Hospital.
Look at the two gorgeous trees that are on here. From visiting there before, I'll bet there are a lot more of them at the Festival of Lights, too, which a lot of people go to.
A lot more, 125 to be exact. There's still time to visit the Ohio Center and see Festival of Trees. The festival is open today and tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and on Sunday from noon to 5. Tickets are available at the door.
There are reindeer in the back of this float, watching an eye over that beautiful tree.
The Ohio Center Merchants, Cheryl, they invite all of us to visit the 1988 Festival of Trees, and I think I may just take it up on them. It's at the Ohio Center this weekend.
Chase Bank of Ohio proudly presents the Danville High Marching Band from Knox County. The 80 brass and percussion musicians are under the direction of Elaine Ostrander. Becky Miller is field commander, and the master sergeants are Jeremy Biggs, Amy Durbin, and Wendy Swindle.
Talk about your credits. The Danville Band has appeared at Busch Gardens and Disney World in Florida, Washington Square in New York City, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and on a Mexican cruise.
Wow.
Locally, they have marched in the Otterbein College Homecoming Parade and the Mount Vernon Santa Claus Parade.
Member of the Columbus community, Chase Bank of Ohio is proud to participate as a sponsor of the 88 WBNS Santa Claus Parade. Many Chase Bank employees take this opportunity to wish everyone a joyous holiday season and let you listen to the Danville High Marching Band.
Like this rhythm.
And we've got lots more bands ahead and floats and everything else, and we'd like to invite you to stay with us for more of the Santa Claus Parade.
Now, how does it go here? It says what? Toot toot! Rolling into view as our little engine that could. In a special children's story, this train pushed itself to be the best. And in our WBNS Santa Claus Parade, this float is certainly one of our cutest.
You're cute too when you say toot toot.
All right, Sikora and Associates and the New England are sponsors of this special engine that hauled a whole load of presents over a large hill. Talk about making sure the dreams of the holidays are fulfilled.
Can't you see this guy just chugging along saying, I think I can, I think I can. Look at this load of the clowns on here too. They're really happy knowing that they're going to be at home for the holidays. R.A. Sikora and Associates and the New England, your financial partners in Central Ohio, wish you happy holidays and security for generations to come.
Yeah, we've been really lucky to see such beautiful horse teams. And here comes another great entry, the New Albany Mill Clydesdales.
They're from Newark, Ohio, and these geldings were imported from Scotland. They're 8 and 9 years old, and each one of them weighs 2,200 pounds and a few ounces.
Again, the weight is so impressive. Driver Noel Miller is the owner of the Clydesdale as well as the New Albany Mill, sponsor of the unit. For 40 years, the mill has been a source of lawn and garden supplies, bird and pet food, and hardware. Additionally, the mill is a Morton Salt distributor, believe it or not. Noel Miller and the New Albany Mill extend Christmas greetings to everyone in our television audience.
And if you look real close, the pooper scoopers are hot on the trail of all of the horse units here at the parade,
And
the unsung heroes.
But again, look at the size. Wow.
Oh, here come some more giant animals. This float's sponsored by Children's Hospital, and it's called Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Notice the smiling moose in the back with his antlers all decorated for the holidays. Behind him is a fuzzy bear with a tree and a giraffe bearing some gifts. We really see a pink elephant up front wearing a ski hat, and there's Joe Holbrook from 10 TV. Hi,
Happily
Joe.
riding along. He's a giant furry creature himself, I guess. Maybe not of course, the weatherman at Channel 10. Joe Holbrook and lots of special children there. These kids represent the hundreds of thousands of youngsters who have been patients at Children's Hospital.
And pulling this is a giant pink elephant wearing a ski hat. He's actually hiding the tractor that pulls this 50-foot float. Children's Hospital has been serving Central Ohio since 1892, and last year more than 200,000 patients from newborns to 21-year-old young adults were there at Children's Hospital, and we help out Children's Hospital with the Children's Miracle Network Telethon every year, and we hope this little guy never needs them.
A big welcome to the Southeastern High Marching Band from Richmond-Dale in Ross County. With only 350 students in grades 10 through 12, Southeastern High is one of the smallest schools in this year's parade.
Yes, but they've got a lot of spirit. Directed by John Wills and Kathy Friends with Abby Dyke as field commander, this 70-member Southeastern High Band received an excellent rating in district competition, as well as the Smoky Mountain Music Festival in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Musicians appeared at Cedar Point in '87.
They're small, but they are impressive sounding, aren't they? Sponsor of this unit is the auxiliary to the Academy of Medicine of Columbus in Franklin County. The auxiliary adopted the WBNS Santa Claus Family Fund as an annual project. Auxilian staff the Santa Claus office, pack and distribute food boxes, and sponsor the annual Beat Blue fundraiser for the Family Fund on the eve of the OSU Michigan Games.
We salute the medical auxilians and we salute the band. Let's listen.
Here comes a favorite float saluting Ballet Met, sponsored by Columbus Southern Power. This float is called, what else? The Nutcracker. And this year we've added an interesting character to the cast of the Nutcracker. That fellow with all those arms is Louie, the lightning bug. The mascot of Columbus Southern Power, Louie makes lots of appearances to remind children about electrical safety.
Riding with Louie the Lightning Bug are members of Ballet Met's Nutcracker cast. Ballet Met will present the Nutcracker December 8th through the 24th, and there are matinee and evening performances available. And this new year, Ballet Met looks forward to 3 world premiere ballets, as well as a winter performance and a visit from the Dance Theater of Harlem. An exciting year.
That's right. And what an adorable car, a very little car. And look at those terrific characters cooling down High Street with all their holiday packages.
Now this float is aptly titled Sweet 16 with a Car. Isn't it every teenager's dream to turn 16 and pass the driver's exam? I couldn't wait. And don't forget to have mom and dad spring for those wheels. Our parade friends are certainly having a great time driving this vehicle.
Sponsored by Paper Mint and Jiffy Lube. This is a self-propelled float with a tractor hidden under the gigantic twosome. You can't even see that.
No, it's hidden away. Papermint and Jiffy Lube are a winning team. They wish everyone happy holidays and remind you to look for Jiffy Lube coupons in this month's issue of Papermint.
Rex Fast Food with Style is proud to be a part of the WBNS Santa Claus Parade with its entry Uncle Al and Friends. Our engine, caboose, and cars are hauling Uncle Al and his friends home for the holidays. They're dressed in their best red and green, and they seem to be having a mighty good time on this trip.
She's definitely having a good time. This train's 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 12 feet high. I know it won't fit under my tree, but I'll dream of rides through a snowy countryside or maybe down a parade route lined with 500,000 smiling faces. I'd settle for that. Uncle Al, his friends, and all 32 Columbus area Rax restaurants wish you and yours happy holidays.
And there's a fuzzy fella. It's the Westerville Athletic Club Cub waving at all his board. Or is it her? Well, anyways, waving at parade friends.
And they are fuzzy. And the Club Cub is accompanied by the 130-member Worthington High Marching Band from Franklin County. Lawrence Klabundi directs the musicians who are making their very first appearance in our Christmas parade, and we welcome them. They have marched at the OSU Band Invitational, the Miami University Band Day, and the Fiesta Bowl.
And they're scheduled to march in the Washington, D.C. Cherry Blossom Parade this spring. Darius Kandawala is the drum major, and Jenny Tinker is band president. The drill team is led by Pam Carter and Wendy Carter, and Ann Katz are the major reps. Doing the instructing are assistant director Javin Johnson, percussion instructor Dan Lamachia. I'll tell you what, the names get difficult, don't they? Drill team advisors, we apologize if we mispronounce that. Drill team advisors Lynn Hertrick and Sue Ramey, and major ed instructor Fran Hershey.
The Westerville Athletic Club is a full-service health club where keeping in shape is like a vacation. Club employees and their Club Cub extend wishes for a wonderful holiday season and a Happy New Year, and so do the Worthington High Marching Band members. And And always a great supporter of the Santa Claus Parade, Lazarus picked this float to be in our parade. They were supposed to have a balloon here, Snowflakes a snowman, but the balloon was canceled because of all this wind we've had down here today.
That's a disappointing, but take a look. This is a beautiful float entry by Lazarus, titled Lazarus for the Holidays. This float presents a cornucopia of Christmas fun, I guess you could say.
Now, there's UA Leaders Club also packing Christmas dinner boxes for the WBNS Santa Claus Family Fund, along with Lazarus employees. And every child who dreams of personally giving Santa a Christmas wish list, Lazarus offers Santaland. Moms and dads bringing your youngsters to downtown Columbus, you can have them see the beautiful decorations and let the kids sit on the old gent's knee.
And if the kids need to shop for you older folks, steer them to the secret gift shop where presents are available within a child's budget. That's
and
really
sometime
important.
during that trip, please wander over to Talk with the Talking Tree. The tree tells jokes and stories and helps the children stretch their imaginations a little bit. The folks over at Lazarus, from those in the corporate office in Cincinnati to the sales staff at your neighborhood Lazarus branch, wish each of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And remember, Lazarus is for the holidays.
Better find you a high chair, Cheryl. Look here, a bunch of mice. So this is our Adopt a Mouse contingent. Sponsors of these friendly gray creatures are helping the WBNS Santa Claus Parade pay its police cost. And these mice have been adopted by Arc Industries, Argo, and Laney Jewelers, Borden's, Cooper's, and Librand, Deloitte, Haskins and Sells, Valgren and Swink, John W. Galbraith and Company, and O.P. Gallo Formal Wear.
Even more mice come from IBM Corporation, Ohio Rosters, Ricksby's, Cuisine, Volatile, Savings of America, Shannon Way Apartments, Taggart Marriott Reardon and Taggart Construction Company, and also from Warner Cable Communications and White Castles.
A lot of sponsors. Wearing the costumes are company representatives and students from St. Charles Preparatory School and Bishop Watterson High School. On behalf of all those mice, they say, hey, happy holidays.
And here we have the Santa Claus Honor Band, brought to you by Dr. Hospital. This means Santa himself can't be very far behind, Keith. The winner of the small band competition in last year's Christmas parade, this is the Riverview Black Bear Marching Band from Warsaw in Coshocton County.
Thomas McLish is director of these 100 musicians who have competed in the Ohio Music Education Association state finals for the past 7 years. And the Black Bears are scheduled to appear at the Sun Fun Festival in Myrtle Beach, Florida next summer.
Be a good place to be right now. Don Warren is assistant director of the Riverview Band, and Scott Lanning is field commander. Guard advisor is Kathy McLish.
The sponsor of the Santa Claus Honor Band is Doctors Hospitals, who annually participate in this wonderful event. The physicians, nurses, and employees of Doctors Hospital wish the happiest of holidays to all their friends in Central Ohio. Impressive.
Oh, and look.
Yep, here come our mascots, Chris and Krista Mouse. What a day they and their little friends have had.
Hi, Chris and Krista. They're riding right in front of the biggest and best float in the parade, and they're welcoming somebody that I think is going to look so familiar to a lot of the kids.
But in the meantime, take a look at that. Chris and Krista, very popular, new this year. Uh-oh.
And we've saved the best for last.
Always.
Here comes Santa Claus. Santa's atop a 60-foot float that features the city of Columbus. Built by the Non Sequitur Group of Columbus, this float is beautifully carved reindeer and an intricately painted sleigh. Hi, Santa.
Look, the reindeer are gliding over Ohio Stadium. Brushstrokes in flight and the Ohio State House, and nestled all around are the homes of our Buckeye City.
Merry Christmas, boys and girls.
You hearing me saying Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas to you, Santa.
Hi, boys and girls. Merry Christmas. Hi, kids. Merry Christmas, yes. Hi, kids. Merry Christmas. Hi, boys and girls. Merry Christmas. Thanks for coming.
And with the arrival of Santa, I'm afraid we're going to have to be going. It's been a very windy but very magical day for children's dreams, and we're glad you could join us for the 1988 WBNS Santa Claus Parade.
It was as fun for us as it was for all of you watching, I'm sure. And I tell you what, there was a serious side of this, and we want to again remind you that you can help out some needy families by just simply making a donation to the WBNS Santa Claus Family Fund. Again, the address is P.O. Box 1010, Columbus 43216. Your dollars is going to provide Christmas dinners for nearly 2,000 families. Well, actually 2,000 families in Central Ohio.
We want to thank you for all the employees of WBNS-10 TV, WBNS Radio.
1460 AM, 97.1 FM radio as well.
And we look forward to visiting you again next year for the 1989 WBNS Santa Claus Parade. We're so glad you could join us today.
And we'll see you then. Bye-bye, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
The first annual WBNS Santa Claus Parade has been brought to you by Kroger, by White Castle, by Columbus Southern Power, by Glicks, by Lazarus, and by Big Bear.